Hey, how's it going? It's the Polk here. Welcome back to my series of Persia in Victoria 3. If you like what you see today, please hit that like button. And also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my content. Okay. I mobilized. They're on the front. That's good. Okay, cool. So we're going to push into that. Um, yeah, cool. Nobody joined them, so we should be able to take Kandahar next. Looks like, yeah, cool. So we were exporting to them. Looks like we're grabbing random imports and stuff. That helps our bureaucracy. I guess we picked that up from Herat. Cool. Yeah, they got one over here and 18 over there. I don't know why they're split like that, but I guess that's their capital, right? Yeah. Okay, so they're probably gonna stay as Kandahari Keta, which I believe. I don't know if we need that one. Find out. Kandahari Keta. His journal entry, Eastern Frontier. It's not in here, so should be good. Have we completed our colonization? No. Okay. Let's look at how that's going to look on, serfdom. Okay. We did get professional army, so that's awesome. We also promised National Guard. It's going to be beneficial. I'm going to go for it. Hopefully we can pass it in a year. It doesn't look like it, though, with the intelligentsia. Armed forces supporting, but that's it. Okay. Our war is going really well. We've got 93 advantage, so we're pushing in now. Alright, we got all those states except apparently this bit. I don't know what that's about. What state is that? It's just the capital state of Kandahar. Interesting. Ah, I need an interest here. That's annoying. Well, that's why it didn't show up. Do I have an interest in the other areas? No, I actually need to put an interest in Central Asia. Okay, so we're going to have to increase our prestige here. And that's how we're going to be able to declare another interest. I'd like to keep mine in Prussia, or in France rather. But if we can't, we can't, you know? Yeah, with colonization right around the corner, if we end up getting colonization, we'll push that over there. In the meantime, can we do Kabul? We can. So, and nobody would be mad about that except the Ottomans, so let's just obviously wait a little bit, but as long as we can keep pushing for something, then we know we're on the right track. Yeah, we could. I'm surprised we actually have like a pro-Russia lobby going on in the defensive pact that we got. Alright, so we got our economy balance. We're up to 4 million GDP. We need to start looking at industrializing on some things. So they're building tea. I'm building tons of farms right now, which is a little backwards, but that's okay. As long as we're building, we're doing good. I just want to keep food flowing for everybody. That famine stuff's no good. Roughly 8% or 10%. Would that be like 12%? More than 10% of our population is currently starving. Or radicalized from starving, I assume. We're going to keep going. If this number gets closer to like 1K, 2K, something like that, we're going to go ahead and build another construction sector. These could be switched over to iron. Be something we look at. Like every farm that we build, our GDP goes up just slightly, which is great. As far as iron goes, do we even have iron built? No, we don't. Um, in fact, you know what we could do is we could talk to Russia and see what they've got going on for food. 3%'s not bad. I could import this, but it doesn't look like it's going to be very profitable, so we'll just hang off. Okay, Kandahar declared a rivalry. Surprise. Okay, they would welcome us evangelizing, so we'll do that. They're being pushed down into this section. Only 2 infamy now to take them, like, absorb them. We still need all of this, including that bit, and Kabul. So let's look at Kabul. About time to take them with 1 infamy. Let's see where we are with the Ottomans. We're actually cordial, so that's good. Of course, we're wary, but that's okay. Britain, poor relations, but not the worst. I mean, it could be worse, definitely. Yeah. And it looks like we dropped our thing with Prussia, so. Okay, so we'll be pushing for that next war into Kabul next. I believe Kalat is another one, but we need the interest there to do that. In fact, where does our region end? Let's go with less radicals. That'd be nice. Okay, so we should be able to get everything that Kabul owns based on our current interest, so that's good. And of course, another thing to consider is if we do end up getting something in another region, then we don't have to hold it. As in, we could declare an interest, take something in Central Asia, and then we don't have to have that declared there anymore because we own something. Okay, we're good to go against Kabul now. I'm going to do a return state on Hazaristan. 1 total infamy, no one's going to join in. Looks like we've got a tech ready. So they're going to grab colonization. I'm going to grab romanticism. Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab empiricism and then romanticism and then medical degrees. Okay, war. Perfect. They want war reps and they want us to revoke our claim. We're going to say instead return Kabulistan as well, which is going to be these 2 states, and it's not really negotiable. I want that as a primary claim. And then we don't need Quetta, but what we're going to do is say make tributary. Or is it not going to let us? I need more maneuvers. That's fine. Yeah, I don't need Quetta, so we'll just get war reps. Yeah. Cool. That should do that. Looks like we lost our general from last time. I'm not a big royalist person, so we're going to go for this pillage guy and switch him to pillage. Mobilize, and we're going to put them on that front. We may need to mobilize our 2nd army. Okay, so we got colonization. We're still working on National Guard. Hopefully that finishes soon, and then we're going to start colonizing Turkmenia. Yeah, I'm going to mobilize this 2nd army. Because I'd rather this war not take forever. Okay. Go to war. Good stuff. Persia's looking pretty good right now. Got 7 standard of living. Got our GDP up to 4.6. Literacy's up to 16%. Population, 8.6 million. Radicals are kind of high, but they are decreasing because we are feeding them. Finally. We still have 200. No, yeah. What would that be? Yeah, 200 buy orders needed for grain. That's fine. We will build them. We have a lot of wheat farms queued up. And then we've got opium and logging. War's going really well, 87% advantage. Infamy will go down with that 400 extra influence. And because we have 400 extra influence, I'm going to go ahead and push for Central Asia. I think we're mostly done down here except Kandahar. So. Oh, this immediately enables the law. So let's do that. Oh, that is expensive. I didn't see that, but okay. Well, we're going to colonize those. It's going to cost us 12k. That's going to be expensive. For 5 years, too. So, oof. Big oof. Okay, so we are doing 29k in construction goods right now, and our private sector could absorb a little bit of that. Yeah, JP, we did an hour and a half of Land Fang, and now we're doing an hour and a half of Persia as our second game that we're running through. I don't think I'm going to get National Guard, so I'm going to just cancel it. I'm wasting my time with it. And I would like to... Well, we're colonizing, so that's good. I hate that... It was like after I clicked it, I realized that we're going to get a time modifier for 5 years for 12k. Government admin. We are short 3k on taxes because of that bureaucracy hit. What can we do? Well, we have our first tooling workshop going up, so that'll probably help the economy a little bit. Admin-wise, we could probably consume paper, but I don't think we even produce it yet, so that's going to be an import situation. I'm just going to keep an eye on this. I think if our balance is actually minus 2k, so we might want to stop building now. So if you don't know how to check that, it's down here. So our balance is minus 2.17, and because we're taking into debt, we're just going to see this grow and grow and grow. So one of the fastest ways for us to resolve this would be to reduce the construction sectors, or this being private sector building while we're waiting. They could potentially increase our GDP to a point where this becomes a positive number. Now, I'm not going to let this get like out of hand because I don't want a ton of interest, or else this is just going to balloon and keep going into a bigger problem. But we can definitely run it for a little bit and see if we can get private sector to fix our issues. So they're producing tools now, but there's no consumption of tools. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to get that consumption up. Start microing my economy essentially to try to figure out where I can use tools. Definitely can put it in the wheat farms and we could produce more grain, but at the expense of 69 tools. I don't even think we produce that. It'd be like 30. I mean, they'd be horribly profitable. Something to think about. Rice, though, only 7 more grain. Are they even? Yeah, they're good. Now wood would be a good area because that helps with construction. So I'm gonna do it for wood. In fact, that means that in our government construction we can just not do wood. So that's probably going to reduce the construction costs for these guys a little bit. Wood was like 50% expensive. Now tools are going to have to be built. That's fine. Might see a drop, yeah, a little drop in GDP, but it should start raising again soon. Okay, Persian-Russian Union established an alliance with Russia. Yeah, I would love to do that because they're the main defense against Britain. It's fine. You guys can have a little bit of issues. Okay, why are we... Oh, and they asked me for the alliance, so we're going to accept that. No, I'm not going to join their power block because that defeats the purpose of the great game. Right there. wherever it is. I don't. Yeah, if I. It actually doesn't say I can't. Oh yeah, I'm not in a power block with a European leader. So. Okay, lobby opportunity completed. Perfect. That was super easy. If we do end up getting this balance for taxes settled, then we'll be good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at taxation by going to this government admin thing, and I'm going to sort it by tax. So it looks like Manzindaren has a bit of a tax deficit, so I'm going to switch this over to paper. We'll let that kind of sort itself out for a few seconds, see where bureaucracy goes. Of course, we need to import paper. So I'm going to pull in paper from France. And go with the Ottomans as well. It's going to cost us a bit of bureaucracy, but that's fine. Should be getting more from the paper itself. Just give it a second. Might also... Wow, they don't care. Great. The private sector is not building right now. They're working on tolling workshops. That's not surprising. And that's exactly what we want them to build, so I'm fine with that. We still need more bureaucracy, so I'm just going to go ahead and bump these up. And I'll do one of these, this one. Perfect. Now I can probably bump this one down and bump this one up. There. So now we're barely breaking even on that bureaucracy. That should help with that unrealized taxes. But we are spending more money on paper now. So we might be at that point where we reduce... Oh, look, Kabulistan had 4 construction sectors, so let's just get rid of those. That's why we ballooned as well when we took them over. So that plus the 12,000 additional expenses that we had to absorb. And that should end in 3 years. So we just have to kind of eat this deficit for 3 years. And as long as they're building, I'm fine. You know, they'll finish this one, they'll build a furniture manufacturer. We're still expanding our GDP. And of course, I'm still researching things. Once lathe comes through, we'll be producing far more furniture and goods. What would that be? It would be... I believe it's furniture and textile mills. Yeah, dye workshops. So we'll be producing more clothes and more furniture, and that'll help quite a lot. Since those are 2 items that we have a higher consumption of. It does look like we don't necessarily need to push out all these wheat farms now. We've kind of solved the starving issue. There's still a little bit, but we 100% don't need like all the extra rice farms. Okay, you know what I'll do? Kill these. Ah, I didn't mean to kill that one. I'll let it build one more, and then we'll go crazy into opium. So, we could probably end up getting 3 total achievements. Great Game, Poppy Dock, and Eastern Frontier. I forget what that one's called. I ran as something. But, okay, Infamy's low. We could possibly fix our issue also with conquering. So, do we need Maymana? I know we need Kunduz. Just double check before we do any of these wars, because I mean, I'm down to take a little bit extra, but I also don't want to go for stuff that I actually don't need. Entry. I have 2 great games on here. Okay, consolidate. What is Benpur? Not a split state, it is an incorporated state. Okay, so I just need to... Oh, okay. Well, I think getting this Omani bit, can I maybe convince Oman to give me their Benpur? Where's Fars? Is this Fars? Yeah, no. Persian Hormuz? No, that's not going to work either. So right now, France is guaranteeing their independence. Let me just look at this. Um, interactions. Wish I could offer them a trade agreement in exchange for giving me them poor. There is an option to get them really dependent on me and then potentially get them to be a tributary. We'll see. Okay, so I need to do that one. Oh, I was gonna check the rest of this. Benpur, Hormuz, and Arabistan. So I'm working on the Arabistan right now. I can't do Hormuz either because of Trucial and Omani. Hormuz. So that also means that I'm going to have to basically fight. Well, they're in the British market. Are they a subject? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have to fight Britain basically to get these little slivers of land. So that's the future for sure. Far in the future though. And then for the rest of this, the Eastern Frontier. That's kind of the big one. Restore Merv. Okay. Oh, that's good. I'm okay with none of that. All right, Herat. So is Kunduz in there? Okay. Kunduzi, Kabulistan. Okay, so Kabulistan and Turkestan. Yes, Kabulistan's in there, and I'm gonna, yeah, Turkestan's in there. Tajikistan's in there. I see southern Turkestan. Yeah, okay, so we need both from Kunduz. So we're gonna go for that now. Interactions. Return the state, please, sir. I would also like you to return the other portion of you. Obviously, Russia would join in, which is great, but I don't need it. There's no other war goals because they will cease to exist if I conquer them, so I'm gonna Actually, I'll just leave the 3 armies, that's fine. We should need just a small one. They only have 2 divisions, so I'm actually just gonna go with, I'll go with this guy. Mobilize that and put 9 divisions up there, so it's not too expensive. We still have a very small economy, but maybe this will help us expand it just a little bit. Okay. The attitudes of the landowners towards Russia growing more apathetic. Okay. No. Stay in the Union. We want to keep Russia as a friend, as a happy friend right now. What would help us economically is if these guys could build a paper mill. But I think they're going to be a little focused on the tools and stuff. Let's look at tools. How is tools doing? Cheap. Okay, so tools are cheap right now, so we can go ahead and use more tools again. I'm going to do that. I can also export them, but I'm going to look and see if there's somewhere else I can use them for. We don't have production. Okay, let me do simple and then bump this up to filing just to get that positive. We could do it on the rice farms, but it's saying that it's going to bring down the price of sugar and fruit too much, and then tools are just going to be way more expensive. So I think we're going to wait for production to get done with lathe here. But in the meantime, we could be passing a law, potentially. Let's go for racial segregation. See if we can get it. It's only at 2%. There's a movement going on for it, so who knows? Might get lucky. I really wish they would. Can I just induce paper, please? All of it. It's gonna be expensive. Okay, so we got those 2 states, and it looks like we've got most of Afghanistan now. There's a little bit here and there. When do we have a peace agreement with these guys over? 4 months. Okay, so we'll be able to take the rest of it here in 4 months. I would like to take Kalat if we can. They're a vassal of... Okay, Macron's a vassal of Kalat. Do we have diplomatic pacts with that? Yeah, we do. Kabul, Mahumara. Yeah. Where? In fact, we can annex these guys for 2 infamy, so 48% chance they just accept it, and they accepted it. So, that's good. That's part of Consolidate Persia, I believe, so it's not a split state and it's incorporated, so we just have to incorporate it now. More bureaucracy, yay. We can take the authority hit for the success chance. Get more acceptance in this country. We don't have an interest to be able to declare there, so we're gonna have to take it from France, I think. I'm just gonna have to hope that they push that on me. We are colonizing? Good. Okay. Not there. There. Yeah. Still colonizing, that's good. Can we actually boost that up? We can if we have the bureaucracy, so... building paper yet? No. Good. I did see today, one of the interesting things that they're doing is they're gonna give you like a breakdown of what's coming, on their private sector, so that should be pretty useful feature for 1.9 that we can all look forward to. Yes, King, can I get more paper, please? Britain too, maybe Russia. I just need paper. Anyone willing to give it to me that... I'll take it from my private sector too. They're willing to spare it, but I feel like they're not. Okay, so we got 2 infamy. Let's check our amicable with these guys, so we're good. Russia's good. France is good. And we've even gotten Britain down to neutral. That's interesting. And I guess we still have interest, or France has an interest in us, so solid. We lack a lot of bureaucracy still. We can switch these over to sawmills. In fact, I bet you they're it's in here somewhere. Data actions, reset production methods. Yeah, there we go. That should help. For that. Okay. Interesting. Well, everybody's good, so we can keep pushing militarily. So we're gonna need... I can't figure out if we're gonna need this. Maymana? Keep having to go back to this Eastern Frontier. Maymana? Are you in here? Are you a split state, maybe? Oh, I need the state view. There we go. Yes, you're part of Southern Turkestan, so we're gonna definitely push for that. You have no allies, and we can definitely declare a rivalry on this guy and Kiva. So we'll keep those rivalries. We have plenty of influence now. So if we can, I want to keep everybody happy with me. All the major players, at least. Good. Good. Let's just go ahead and maybe the East India Company, just improve that one. The only people we don't have is like the United States, but they're kind of dealing with their own Confederate issue. Hey, how's it going? It's the Polk here. Thanks for watching the video today. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up with my content. Have a great day.